Yeah, Corpus Christi Originals back at it again. Today we got Joe Garcia, the owner of Topsy Krett BBQ and Catering. He's got some local favorites here. He's got the Krett Spaghetti Barbecue Parfait, the Topsy Tacos, and then of course the old school regular three piece plates, barbecue briskets, burgers, and all that stuff. We're gonna talk about how he built his brand, the crafts of barbecue, the challenges of running a food business. And of course, what makes Corpus Christi barbecue culture unique. Grab a plate because this is gonna be a
Grab a
tasty
plate.
conversation. So let's start where it begin. Before the big venues, before the catering gigs. How did your journey with barbecue begin?
Yeah, well, thank you again for having us out here, having me here. And but yeah, so I started doing barbecue competitions around the city, and everyone's I was doing, I was winning. I was winning first, second, third. I was winning something.
Wow.
And so it just became like, okay, well, let's see if we can try to sell this or do something with it, and kind of went from there. And I started making sandwiches, and called up a couple of barbers friends of mine, like, hey, I got some. I was gonna give them away.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I got a couple sandwiches. Y'all want any? And he's like, how much? I was like, $5. He's like, all right, give me 8.
Wow.
Like, cool. So we started doing that, and it kind of doubled from one week to the next week, and the week after that. And so it's like, okay, well, we're doing more sandwiches now, and
Mm.
so it just kind of started going from there until I was like, okay, let's find a spot, let's
Wow.
find something, to do.
Yeah. So I guess when starting a business, it's like you give some away at first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Maybe
got
see if it
yeah,
works.
yeah. Let them try it, hey, and get some
Yeah.
feedback off it, and we're just giving it away. Try it, and
That's cool.
so
Yeah, another thing you mentioned too, like you were doing competitions. Is it how different is it like doing competition cooking and cooking for your business? Is it different?
yeah, it is different. There's times where in the barbecue, the competition, you got to have it. Almost perfect, you could say, the presentation,
Yeah.
and if you're making beans, the sausage need to be smaller than the beans, so there's
You gotta
different.
make sides too for a competition?
Yeah, yeah, they have have it for sides,
Whoa.
and so what happens, it kind of prepares you in a way, to where it's kind of like, hey, let's make it the presentation
Wow.
right, let's make it good,
Yeah.
because the judges only bite it one time, and that's
Mm.
it. They're not there eating the whole
Yeah.
rib or whatever, so they take a bite of it, put it down, and they're like, okay, let's
Wow.
view it. So you get one bite to get the judges,
Interesting.
and so whenever we do here at the restaurant, we gotta be, it's just like the competition. You gotta be on point. You gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
And like the difference is, for example, like ribs. They're falling off the bone. They're overcooked.
Mm.
They're too overcooked. But you gotta have that good bite for competition to where it's not falling off the bone. But at the
Wow.
restaurant, they want it. The customers want it to fall off the bone. So it's just kind of, there's
Yeah.
you gotta see how it works for you.
Yeah, for sure. I went to your restaurant on yesterday, Saturday, and man, the presentation, like you're talking about, dude,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. I took a picture of it. You want to take a picture of it and just start digging in,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, for sure. And I think you mentioned too about the competitions. I was listening to another podcast, like the judges, they're just kind of pick anybody, just anybody
Yeah,
off
it
the
could be
street.
random, anybody from
Yeah,
anywhere that's there at the event.
cool. And most competitions you did here in Corpus,
Yeah,
or
they were here in Corpus.
wow.
A lot around town.
Okay, so you got into barbecue through you just started making sandwiches. I
Yeah.
mean, it just you just had an idea. Well, before we talk about that, we were mentioning earlier, like you're kind of known in the city for your music.
Right,
Is
right,
is
right,
that
right. Yeah, I
okay?
started back in '99, where I changed my life and started doing something positive, and
Yeah,
started doing, and so we started doing Christian music and started doing some, positive rap in
yeah,
different places. So I kind of started working out
that's
and
cool.
kind of building my foundation.
Right on, right on. I want to mention your tattoo on your head, bro. It looks fresh.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
seen it
yeah.
on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to Rudy, man.
Okay,
Exclusive tattoos.
exclusive tattoos. Where's that
Yeah, yeah.
located
He's
at?
off. Where the malls are at. Was that airline McCardle?
Okay, okay.
In that area there.
Oh, okay, by Burlington, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. I think right
Right
on
on the other
other
side,
side.
right? Okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
Cool, man. So how did you come up with the name Top Secret?
it was just some wordplay, just something trying to because I was gonna put just Top Secret as a name, Top Secret, and so I was like, let's do some wordplay. Let's see what's out there that's gonna have them thinking of the name, and not only talking about the name, but talking about the food too.
Yeah.
You know.
Had you seen the movie 23
Yeah,
before?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Did it
So
was that
that was kind of like, like, hey, that's a good way, because I was gonna put just Top Secret
yeah,
barbecue. I was kind of like, well,
like normal
yeah, like
spelling?
normal spelling, but it's kind of like, well, let's see what we can kind of be
Cool.
creative on,
That's
see what's
awesome.
out there.
S Martinez on YouTube. He says, "Great work, guys. Much appreciated. Showing local talent." You're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
So when did the passion become a business?
Um, my dad always barbecued, so I saw what, how he did it, and so you learn what to do and what not to do, right?
Huh.
And so it was just something that, like, I started to, of course, we did it at home, backyard barbecue all the time.
Wow.
And so it's always been a passion to do it, but then it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm selling this product now. Now let's turn it into a business. Let's turn it into something that we can make money off of.
So you knew. So I guess so you knew like the taste and the way you made it would be. Did you think that it would be like, oh man, people would like this, so I'm gonna make this into a business?
No, not really. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
just something that, I liked it,
Yeah.
so like, well, come try my food. If you like it, then,
Wow.
we'll have it.
That's cool.
So
Yeah. Wow. So your barbecue style, like, how long did it take? Did it take you a while to like develop it? Because when I tasted it, there was a very distinct like taste through all the meats.
mhm.
Do you do that on purpose?
Yeah, yeah, because
Like the same seasoning, I guess. I mean,
it's not the same seasoning, but it's maybe they're all cooking in the
okay,
same
right.
pit,
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
so each meat has its own, his own flavor and seasoning to it. But yeah, it becomes something to where you develop it. The more you do it, the more
That's cool.
you start figuring it out,
Did,
figuring
so
the stuff out.
so did your like you mentioned your dad earlier? Did he like show you that stuff? How did you learn? Like maybe if I tweak this, did you? I mean,
Just
is it
just burning meat,
it's
just
a
trying,
personal
yeah, just trying
burning
it out, just burning it.
it,
Like,
charring
that
it?
didn't work. That didn't work. Let's try something else, or let's try a different temperature, or let's try something,
Oh,
And
dope.
so it all goes, down to temperature and how you're cooking something to where you're gonna get the best out of it.
Yeah. So, what's up, Pete Trevino? Steve Cantu on
Pete,
YouTube. Yeah, Pete Trevino.
yo, what up,
Steve Cantu says, "Great
Bully?
barbecue. Way to go, cousin.
Yeah.
Love you, Angie." Yeah, that's cool. So, is most of your stuff? Because when I talk to some barbecue guys, they want to keep stuff a secret. They don't want to tell you what they put on it. They
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to tell
yeah,
you how
yeah.
they. Is that how you are? I
Yeah,
mean,
well, the name is top secret, so
okay,
yeah,
okay.
you're not really gonna
Yeah,
get too much.
you're not gonna get
Yeah,
the. Okay,
yeah,
okay, I
yeah,
got you. Yeah, we were talking to Pete also on here, and he was talking
yeah,
about you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
cook a certain way, and I can't imagine like doing a big old pit like his. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah. I
mean?
think it's big. Yeah,
That's
it's
huge,
huge.
bro. So I guess the pit is like it's like a main ingredient as far as cooking it, right?
Right,
So
right,
you
right,
got do you have I get so I don't know too much about barbecuing. Just get a freaking barbecue pit from Walmart,
right.
put coals in
Yeah,
there, and
yeah,
that's how I know. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm not really into it as much as you guys, and you guys are so like it's amazing to me that there's a whole culture of barbecue, just in Texas itself. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right.
And to have somebody like you in our city making that and actually selling it, it's interesting
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
So your barbecue pit, like, do you like do you have like a smoker on the side and like all the heat comes out through the side?
Yeah,
Do you so
yeah,
that's
yeah. So it's
that's like
offset.
so is
So
that like basic barbecue Texas like how
yeah,
you do
pretty
it?
much it's stick burner. So you're throwing the wood in there and letting the wood cook the meat.
Let
The
the wood
smoke.
cook the meat.
Yeah, let it smoke out.
Interesting, man. All right, cool. So your beginnings, yeah, we talked about a little bit about your beginnings. So creating your own brand. Um, ex- did you know that you had to create a brand for your business?
Yeah, having to get the barbecue down, the taste down, the name,
So
the
the taste is
everything,
part of the brand
right?
itself.
Yeah. So because you're gonna go different places, you're gonna get different everybody's their taste. This is their
Interesting.
taste. This is how they're. It's not, you can't just go and judge like this is not how barbecue tastes. This is not how it should taste.
Yeah.
It's just it's your taste. It's your barbecue. You can do it different ways, Central Texas style, or this is my barbecue. This is my way.
So would you say yours is South Texas style?
I would say, yeah, South Texas backyard barbecue. You know what I
Wow,
mean? It's something you're gonna cook it in your own backyard.
that's interesting, bro. That's very interesting to me. So Top Secret, the brand, obviously you got your family working there with you. I met
Yeah,
your wife.
yeah,
And we were talking earlier, like, because she asked me, how did you how do you know Joe, or how did you come across us? And I was like, oh, he's gonna be on my podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned earlier, like she asked customers, how do they find you?
Right, right,
And you
right,
said they find, like somebody says TikTok or Instagram.
right.
How influential are your posts, and like, as far as people coming in from
Yeah, yeah.
that?
So we posted videos of the food, and so some of the people that get their food was just in a little video shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before they get it, So
Yeah.
that, whether you're eating it, it was in the video shoot. So we try to video the food as
Yeah.
as fast as possible and get it out,
Do you
And
video it yourself, or
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
no
yeah,
kidding?
yeah. It's like, okay, we
Wow.
got some real quick, boom, 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 video
This
real
would look
quick,
like, dude, your
and
videos are dope too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
it makes you just
It
want to.
makes you hungry,
It
right?
does,
And then,
bro.
even if you just ate, it still makes you hungry.
Yeah, bro. I put some posts, and I downloaded your videos from TikTok, and I put who likes barbecue? Is it ribs over brisket? People pick brisket.
Okay.
And then I put chicken or sausage. People put sausage.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
majority of the votes were for those.
Yeah, yeah, brisket is king, but
Yeah.
there's people have their own preference,
Do you make your own like sauces and stuff? Because there was sauce that came with it, and then you got
Right,
the
right,
pickles
right.
and the onion.
Yeah, the barbecue sauce.
Do you make
and
your? Do you?
yeah,
You do.
yeah,
Whoa,
yeah,
seriously.
yeah.
Wow, then that's a secret also.
That's a secret.
We
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
yeah.
no. We got Jose Martinez says, "What's up, Joe? G Boy
Yo, what
Garcia."
up, man?
Nice, man. Thanks a lot for joining, y'all. Yeah. So let's move on to the next. We're talking about the craft of barbecue, and Corpus Christi has no shortage of food spots, but barbecue is a whole different art form. Let's talk about the craft and the business side of running Topsy Krett BBQ. So your barbecue philosophy, low and slow, flavor first, or experimentation?
A little bit of everything, because we want to try to do different things,
Mm,
and so you want to try a different taste, or you want to try a different look, or something that's different,
yeah.
and then low and slow is always a good way to go. But there's times where we don't have that time, so we're just gonna have to go, hot and fast with it, So
Wow.
so it just depends on the timing that you have. I got to open up here in a little while, or I got to,
Duh.
I got so many hours to cook, and so it's going how it goes.
Just so are you able to keep a consistency? Like, say you got those quick days and you have to cook it fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
can keep
yeah,
it.
yeah. We turn
Wow.
it up, and then and so
Oh.
that's when you got to monitor it a little bit more. And, you got
Oh,
to
okay,
take
that
care
makes
of it.
sense.
Yeah, 'cause you got a flame.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the
Yeah,
Kretti spaghetti barbecue parfait, Topsy tacos.
yeah.
I mean, how did you come up with those? Or
Using the name, of course, still pulling from the brand and still trying to keep it, in house. And so,
Mm.
everybody got tacos. Everybody got the same thing. So it's just let's do it different, or let's add this or try that. And
So
so
so you look at your audience or the people that like your stuff, and oh, they might like this too.
yeah, yeah, you might come try it.
Cool, cool. So the toughest meat to master, which is your favorite to cook?
Favorite to cook, I don't know. The favorite, I'll probably pick the easiest to cook.
Which so what like
But I mean, brisket, because of the outcome of it,
mm.
the whole thing, the from the beginning to the end, it's like caring for a little child.
That's
You have to
funny.
go pick it, and look at it. This one's gonna work. We trim it, we season it,
Yeah.
kind of slap it around a little bit. You throw it in a smoker, and then you're watching it constantly like a little kid.
Mm.
You're still there. I got to do more to it. And then at the end, you're like, yeah, this is what,
Dude.
if you're not, you're like,
Dude, there's this movie I saw. It's called Life. It's by M. Night Shyamalan, but like they're on this beach, and like every hour is like 7 years.
Oh wow,
It's crazy, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a good movie. That guy M. Night Shyamalan, he makes some good movies. He made like Signs, The Sixth Sense, and all these other.
yeah.
It's crazy. Just thinking about that, like, dude, imagine barbecuing like 7 years in one. It's insane,
Yeah,
bro.
it'd be there forever.
So signature rub, sauce, or technique?
Sprinkle and slap.
Mm.
Yeah, sprinkle and then you slap it.
Just slap it on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Just let it stick. Try
Wow.
it out.
So you do that before, obviously, before you put it on the pit,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. Do you like? Well, I guess marinade is a thing. I don't know a lot.
yeah.
That's like you use what? What is marinade?
I don't know. You can marinate it in the seasoning, or you can marinate it in liquid.
Marinated,
You
it's
know.
the like the
Yeah,
liquid
like
soak into it. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
you can
okay.
soak it in seasoning or whatever flavors you want. Like a
Yeah,
brine.
nice. Which dish took the longest to perfect?
The longest to perfect. I don't know. Let me see. Um, no, it's not really anything the longest to perfect. It's just just making sure the meats are down, and then creating creating it, you know. Once the meat is cooked and it's, you
Yeah.
know, it's then we can create, you know, a dish or something out of it, you know,
Yeah. So
like
you,
the Dirty Bird bowls, you know.
well, Dirty Bird Bowls?
Yeah, yeah, that was it was an accident actually because it's rice, beans, and chicken fajita, you know.
Wow.
And so I had ordered some to-go cups or to-go plates, but they were too small. And I was like, man, what am I gonna do with these? You know, I was like, man, I just wasted all this. So
Whoa.
we started figuring out, well, what can we do with these bowls since we have so many? So we started doing the Dirty Bird bowl, rice, beans, or whichever side you want.
Wow.
And then with chicken fajita, and some people add brisket, a slice of brisket and sausage, or they do brisket, you know, sub.
Wow.
And so that became a hit. I was like, man, they're like the Dirty
That's a
Birds.
cool
And
name.
so yeah. And so those have been flying out the door.
You
So
you mentioned something interesting that it was like an accident.
yeah.
Does it when
A
you're
lot of things are like
that's
that,
what I
you
was
know.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
It's kind of like, oh man, that was well. It looks, you know, it works. You know,
That's so cool.
just keep doing it. You know.
So what's a secret menu item not online? I guess what's a secret menu item not online? I guess all your stuff is online.
Yeah, pretty much. But the secret menu is not, and it's kind of something that kind of got created by ideas or like, let me try this, and then we put it on the menu for a week or so, and then
Wow.
you know we take it out, and then people ask for it, and then yeah, it just becomes a secret menu that
Wow.
you know we have chicken lollipops, you know the legs, you know, chicken legs,
Okay.
you know, and then we cut them up, wrap bacon, and smoke
Wow.
them, you know, and so.
So secret menu, you pull it out only so often.
So often, sometimes we have some of the secret menu available,
Yeah,
you know, and then sometimes you know we
that's cool.
yeah
So do you I guess that helps with the influx of I guess purchases that come through. Okay, okay. It just helps on that part of the business side.
yeah
That's interesting. I wanted to mention too, I went into your shop on Saturday and there was people from like I would say different walks of life.
right
And I
yeah
was like, "What? This is cool. This is
yeah.
cool." How do you feel about that?
Well,
Like,
you know, it's kind of crazy because you know I'm seeing it from the bottom in the back, so a lot of people don't see me,
yeah.
but I kind of sometimes I see or they tell me you know what's going on. But in the beginning, it was a lot of friends and family that were supporting. They would come all the time, boom, 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 and
Yeah.
so that kind of like got it. Okay, their word of mouth, these friends and family are
Right,
sharing
right.
it. And then people started showing up that we didn't know, you know, and so that's the people that you want to reach, people you don't know, you know,
So they can tell their friends
yeah,
and get more
yeah, because
people
your
coming.
friends are gonna back you up all day long. You
Yeah.
know, they're gonna be, you know have your back and support you. But the people that
Interesting.
don't know you, you know, and they're telling you that your food's good, then they mean it. You know.
So how do you know? I guess do you think that that's when you know that you have a product when people come in that you don't know?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know, you can tell your friend that it's good all day. You know, but when somebody that and you're gonna you know be like, hey, thank you. But when somebody that doesn't know me
Yeah.
says this is this and that is
Wow.
good, then it's kind of like okay, you know, it's
Yeah, that's
just do
cool.
something.
That's cool. If someone could eat one thing forever from Topsy Krett BBQ, what would it be?
What would it be?
Yeah, what if they had like if they could eat only one thing like forever from your menu, what would it be?
I don't know. It would
What
have
do
to
you
be.
like on your menu? Do you like anything on your
Yeah,
menu?
yeah, everything.
Of
Pretty much.
course.
But you know what? I never get to really taste it as a whole, as
Oh.
the sides and the meats. You know, every once in a while,
Oh
because there's
wow.
times I'll just try a little piece, like that's good. I try a
Like
little
have
piece,
an
that's
actual
good.
plate, sit down and
Right,
eat it.
right. And so you sit down, and I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty good. You
Mm.
know. And so there's several times where I get a chance to try it all together.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, like I said, it's some good food, bro. You guys have got to try it. Let me see what I got. I got to mention some people here real quick. So let me mention some people on the Facebook community group that have been commenting on our stuff lately,
Mhm.
especially on the posts with you and I on there.
Okay.
We got Cor Holland, Amy Garcia, Business CC, Pete Trevino, Joe Jose Martinez, Janie Vasquez, Chinitas and Cars, Mitchell Finesse, James M. Clem, Nick Lopez, Ben De Leon from the Recycled Corn Podcast, David Guerra, Javier Gonzalez of the CC Food Finds. He's the owner of that page. Awesome dude. Johnny Martinez, On Point Barbershop. VFW Post 2397, John N. Timon Post. My cousin, he's out there. Who's that? Ron Garcia, Daniel Perales of Iron Compound, Chris Ambrez of Night Creature Productions. Thanks a lot, you guys. If you haven't joined the Facebook community group, go check it out, join it, and you can find out what episodes are going to be coming out soon. But yeah, so the next thing we'll be talking about. Let's see here. So clearly barbecue isn't just food, it's a lifestyle, but there's also a community that comes with it. That's what I want to explore next. Barbecue isn't just about food, it's about people running a business, serving the community, and being part of Corpus Christi's food scene. It comes with its own set of highs and lows. So what have been some of the challenges and rewards of building Top Secret Barbecue?
A lot of the challenges is when you're having to get everything out at a certain time.
Mm,
Weather, it's either raining or it's doing something to where it's having to slow the fire down,
mm,
and so you're having to get it out at a certain time. And you
wow.
don't want to rush it because you don't want to mess the product up.
Mm,
You know,
interesting.
and then you know then when it's done, you're like, all right, I did good. Now this food looks the way I want it to be.
Wow.
Got customers coming in, so that's the like, all right. You know, there it's the highs and lows all in that few hours.
So you're more concerned about the product, no matter. So that's the main challenge, to have the
Right, right,
product, the
right.
consistency of the
hmm
product out
To
there.
have it right, have it done right,
Yeah.
and so that when the customer's eating it, they're like, okay, this is good.
Wow. They know what to expect every time.
Right, right.
So what's the biggest challenge? I guess that's the biggest. Is that the biggest challenge of running a barbecue business? Because you got like the business side of it also,
Right,
instead of
right,
just
right. I
cooking.
mean, there's so many different elements to it. You know what I mean? The challenges from having to make the money to be able to continue to
Yeah.
keep working. From challenging having to make the food and have it out at a certain time and make sure it's right.
Yeah. Are you, what's it been like handling? I guess money coming in, money going out, and stuff like that. Is it something that you had to learn on your own? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Because
Yeah, there's it's not nobody's out there. Nobody's going to show you. Nobody's going to teach you. Nobody's going to, and if they
right.
are, then take
Yeah.
note of it. But nobody's going to go out there and say, okay, well, this and that and
So you
this
got
and
to
this.
figure
And
it out
so
on your
yeah,
own,
you pretty much
basically.
got to figure it out and see what works for you and see how it works for you.
Mm, nice. And what's the most rewarding moment as a pit master?
When the food's all gone,
Dude,
when we're done.
yeah, I was gonna mention that. So a lot of like every day your post is like sold out.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot,
yeah,
Corpus. We'll see
yeah,
you out tomorrow.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's cool. How you feel
Yeah,
about that?
and that's it's when we first started, we were doing 2 3 briskets, you know what I mean? And so that was an accomplishment for us. Like, well, we sold out of 3 briskets in
Wow.
so many hours, and they're like, wow, that was good. And so, and then the more and more we stuck with it, the more we're doing, and the more like, man, okay, we did 15 briskets today,
Wow.
and within the 2 to 3 hours that we're open, and so it's pretty good. We got a lot of different companies that we cater for, so that's what helps. That's what gets us out faster, and then we
Yeah.
get calling orders the night before, and so we're already trying to see what we have and see how far we can push it.
So where do you mind me asking, like, where you like catering, as far as catering goes? Like, do you cater to like businesses, or I mean, what are some of the type of industries that you cater
Yeah.
to when you do?
So during the week, we get the caterings from like Ed Hicks, Nissan,
Oh,
Subaru,
okay.
Mercedes, Flint Hills, Sitco. So they call during the week, and Ron Hoover, they call and they get 30, 40, 50 plates,
Dude.
and so we're having to do those at the same time. We open at 11 too. So, or sometimes we
Oh,
do
okay.
them, we knock them out before 11 comes, and then we're like, all right, we have no more sides, or we have no more of this, and this is all we have left, and so it starts becoming like, okay, and then customers themselves order 3 4 racks of ribs and 2 briskets, and
Wow.
so many different things. So it's they're going out.
That's cool, man. That's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Congrats.
yeah, yeah. No,
Congrats on
thank
that for
you.
sure.
Thanks for everybody that supports. I mean, right now too, I got
Go ahead. Go
Sylvia.
ahead.
Yeah, Sylvia saying best barbecue ever. You know what I mean? Destiny out there. Joey, what's the secret? I need to know.
Yeah, we do,
Right,
bro.
right. Even my son's like, "What's the secret?" I was like, "Well, I mean, I don't
Do you
know."
find it hard keeping it a secret,
Uh,
or do you just tell your wife everything?
yeah, it's because I'm the one that cooks from, and the family helps. They help trim and help get things together, and stuff. But
Yeah.
the initial cook and everything, I'm in there trying to get it all going. And the secret is not to burn it, not to ruin the meat, So
So I guess that, well, of course, that makes sense.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
burn it,
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
taste good.
yeah, yeah. It's like, okay, we don't have this today.
And
Yeah,
I guess the main thing that I look at when I'm eating a barbecue is it's not dry.
right.
Like dry chicken, ugh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
But dude, I'm telling you, The chicken was good, moist, like it wasn't dry. Sausage even had a good consistency, but sausage, it seems like it's so usually kind of dry in the middle. I mean, would you say that?
It just depends. Sometimes you can overcook your sausage.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even the brisket was, I mean, it was all good. I wanted to try some. Do you do ribs often?
The what?
Do you do ribs often?
Ribs?
Like,
Like I
yeah.
do pork ribs and beef ribs.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to try the rib because I like the ribs.
Right.
Obviously, everybody likes
Yeah, yeah,
ribs,
yeah, yeah,
but I was like, no ribs. Bro. Just give me the
yeah, yeah,
chicken, give
yeah,
me the
yeah,
brisket, give me
yeah.
the sausage.
I think that day, I think this one guy came in and got like 4 racks and a couple of briskets. He was
Dang.
taking them to Mexico and stuff for a
Yeah,
family. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That's cool. The meat that you get, like, do you get like as far as that goes, like in purchasing it from companies or whatever?
Mhm.
Do you get it like wholesale? Do you buy it local? Or like, is that a secret also?
That's a secret also. No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
I first started getting off from, of course, I was getting them from the locals here,
Yeah.
and then I started going with PFG. So I was ordering my stuff from them,
Okay, okay.
briskets and chicken, all the stuff, and then their prices started started going up. So I was like, I got to find
Yeah.
another distributor. So I went to Cisco, and their prices were pretty good until
Wow.
everything started going up. So they went up on their prices,
Oh
So
man.
it just becomes hard to like, okay, how are we going to make money off something that's more expensive than it should be.
Yeah. So obviously, when what's up, Jose? Jose. So obviously, we'll read that comment. We'll read your comment here. So obviously, prices go up on stuff. Do you find it hard? Obviously, as business owners, we have to have our prices go up as well to be able to make a profit and stuff like that.
Right.
How do you feel about like having to do that on your customer? Is it hard? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it is hard just because for one, I mean, barbecue is an expensive
Mm,
you're gonna go out and eat barbecue somewhere, you're gonna spend a lot of money ordering for the family
to begin with,
yeah,
you
to
can.
begin with, regardless, right? So I try to make it affordable to where anybody can I only have $5, all right? We got a $5 sandwich.
Mm,
So I kept the $5 sandwich when I first started. I was like,
wow.
hey, so we got a $5 sandwich or you want a four meat for
Hey.
$24,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's still we try to still make it affordable to where anybody can come in. Hey, I only got $5. All right, you can get a sandwich.
Yeah.
So and at the same time, it's like I we have to go up on prices, on some things, but some things I want to keep the same. I still want it to be affordable to where it's not that hey I can't. They walk out because they can't afford it. Like no, how much you got? I got $5.
Cool, bro.
Let's still make
Cool.
it happen.
Hey, thanks. And now also thanks for coming out to the art walk when we're out there posted up selling t-shirts and stuff, man.
Yeah, I was walking by and I saw that. You know what? I've been seeing you on here. I was like, let me go over
Yeah.
there and get some stuff you got. So
Yeah. It makes me think about that because I got hoodies are expensive, and then you got tees less expensive, and then you got stickers and then hats.
yeah,
So that makes sense. Like you got
yeah,
the $5 sandwich, you
yeah,
got the 3 meat plate.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
So Jose Martinez on Facebook says Joe Garcia, ML and R may be a good man above keeping blessings you and the family. You kept the dream of you getting this going for yourself. I remember us doing the cook-offs as Double J's
Oh
smoking barbecue
yeah.
team. Keep up the good cooking, bro. Stick burning is the best way to go. Keep up the good work you're doing, my
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. So when I first, because he was Jose was already doing it, Joe was already doing. He had been doing barbecue competitions, and
Yeah.
and so our wives knew each other. So I was like, yeah. Well, so we kind of ended up meeting each other. Like, well, I want to get into it. How do I get into
Cool.
this? And so he kind of started showing me like, well, this is what they do, and this is how it is,
Wow.
and we're using his pit. I didn't have a barbecue pit. I didn't have. I was like, well, let's do
Wow.
this, and so. It became something like, all right, I got to let's get an idea of how it goes, and so I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I can do these too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
Shout
good,
out
good
Jose
dude, man.
Martinez.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Let's see.
And Sylvia said, and great portions too.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the thing too is portions, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to pay $20 for something and be like, this ain't worth it. And so you got to be able to figure that out too. You got to figure out, okay, how many portions of
Yeah.
meat do I put in the plate?
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, because it's pretty proportionate when I tried it out, and I was thinking that too. Do you feel like you put too much in there for the price or too little? Like I guess how do you gauge it? You just
Yeah, there's times where you can weigh it out, and there's times where
okay.
we don't have time to weigh it out. I'm just here
Yeah, it's
as big
y'all.
as my hand is. That's how big your sandwich is gonna be. So
That's what.
something to where it's like, hey, let's give extra, of course,
Oh,
and then and not skip out too much on the plate.
and it's like people want extra for
Yeah, of
what
course,
a
they're
bang for their buck. I guess
right,
you could
right,
say.
and of course when they see it, they're gonna be like, whoa, how big is that potato?
Yeah. How do you? So I met your wife. How do you and your wife keep the family touch in the business? Because if people mention that on the Google reviews.
Right, right,
Oh,
right.
it's a nice family business and this and that. So
Yeah.
how do you I guess how do you keep that touch going?
I mean, it's a mom and pop's backyard barbecue,
Yeah,
hole in the wall, and so it's family based, and so we're whatever we're doing together, we're doing together, and I need your help, you need my help,
yeah,
we need each other to get it going,
man,
and
that's
so
cool.
yeah, and so it kind of sometimes you want to separate, from your family and work, the business part of it, or
Yeah,
because yeah, I'm your boss, not your
yeah,
dad or something, but at the same time it just all kind of flows together, and it
yeah,
works together.
yeah. To be able to switch between that, that's got to be difficult. You got to be home, yeah, at home, trying to think
Yeah.
about the business, and
Right.
yeah, that makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it's cool. That's cool to me how husband and wife can do stuff like that together. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Because in our city, I mean, even my own parents, they're separated. You know what I mean? There's a
Mhm.
lot of that going on. So
Yeah.
just it seems like that could be a breath of fresh air. Just having a family together
Right.
doing
Helping
something.
each
You
other
know what
out.
I mean?
Right.
Helping
Right.
each other
Right.
out.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. So we're gonna try. We're transiting. We're gonna. You're clearly making an impact in the community. People love your stuff. Before we wrap it up, let's have a little fun with some quick, lighthearted questions. Before we
Mhm.
do that, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out some people from. Let's see the. Let me see. I was gonna shout out some notable. I guess podcasts. I had some podcasts that I was listening to that are local. We got the Recycled Corn podcast by Ben De Leon. Check them out. He's got these very insightful videos. He's got just talking about life stuff like you get knocked down, get up type of stuff. And then we got the Walking Leader podcast by Daniel Guerra. We got the Chinitas in Cars out of Corpus Christi. These are all Corpus based podcasts. We got all things everything by Gulf Coast Smoke. Have you heard of them?
Golf course. Oh
Gulf
yeah.
Coast
Yeah. Yeah.
Smoke, yeah, they got a podcast, and I was listening to that kind of inspiration for this
Okay.
one.
Okay.
And then we got Sound Injection by Meg of Haunt the Sleep. She's a co-host there, so there's another Corpus Christi podcast you might want to check out. We talked about the past and the present, and what about the future? Let's look ahead. That's the wrong one. Sorry, guys.
Monica wants a barbecue now.
Yeah, yeah. You
Monica
got any comments
Gonzalez.
there on
Yeah.
yours?
Gonzalez wants a barbecue now.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
so your Facebook following. Do you have you do got a lot of followers on pretty much all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and
I
TikTok?
think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We're growing.
that's
It's
cool.
getting there, and the support is what really matters. You know what I mean?
Really.
You can have so many followers, but you're not busy during the day. You know what I mean? I can have no followers, but I'm busy all day.
Oh wow.
So it just the followers help. You know, and the support really helps. The people that come in and continue to keep coming in from day one. That are still there. I remember when you had a butcher paper on the windows.
Wow.
And they were just selling sandwiches only, and so. And you start incorporating different things, and so what happens? You grow with your customers together.
Mm. So followers is not the same as like customers, I guess you could say.
Right. You can have a bunch of followers, but you're not selling out, or you're
Selling,
not selling
making,
the
make
product.
yeah,
Yeah,
selling the
yeah.
product. Wow, wow. I guess we'll talk about the future. Let's look ahead. What's next for the Top Secret Barbecue? After that, we'll do a couple of rapid fire questions. So where do you see Top Secret in 5 years, 10 years,
5 years.
three
Of
years?
course, I want to expand and do more of a sit down, so they can sit down and enjoy the food and have them to sit down and eat.
Yeah.
Instead of what we have now is takeout. So eventually, yeah, it's gonna get to a point where we got it. We got
Wow.
them sitting down, dining in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking that too. I was like, man, I wish we could sit here and eat it. Yeah, for
Right.
sure. So,
And no, go ahead.
no, I was gonna ask you just about like thinking ahead in the future and stuff like that. And do you do that often? Like we can be like, or do you just do it like year by year, month by month, or do you just say, okay, in 5 years I want this, and in 10 years I want this, and then you strive for that goal?
Right.
Like how do
It,
you?
it's just it depends because sometimes it could take 5 years, sometimes it could take 2 years. In whatever your goals are.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can have a 5 year, like in 5 years I want to do this, but
Yeah.
maybe in 2 years it's already happening.
Oh,
So you're able to you got to be able to move in when you're ready.
so you would set a goal.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, I got goals, I got visions, I'm
cool.
constantly thinking of how to make myself better, how to make the business better, how to
Yeah,
make the product better.
yeah, that's interesting.
And what's gonna work for you.
Interesting. So, just real quick, we were talking about. I want to talk about like creativity because you were in music, right?
Mhm.
Do you feel like you have like a creative mind that do you? How is that like transferred to what you're doing now? as far as like being creative and writing lyrics and making music and stuff like that. Do you
Yeah.
see like any of those, I guess, like skills in what you're doing now?
Yeah, in a way, in a different way, but in the same way, because when you're doing music, of course, you're wanting to perfect what you're doing, either the song or an instrument or beat or
Yeah.
something you're making. And so you wanted to make it good. You want to make it right. You want to make sure everything is sequenced good. Everything has a beginning and an end, you know.
Mm,
And so whenever when you're doing the barbecue, you're wanting to, from the beginning when I get the product to the beginning when the customer's eating it,
mm,
you know, there's so many different levels to it, to
yeah.
where you gotta keep it, stay on it. And so staying on point with your music is staying on point with barbecue, and pretty much whatever you do
Yeah.
is
So
paying attention to
yeah,
it.
there's a
Yeah,
lot in there, bro. That's crazy.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can look at it like a song. You can look at it work ethic. I mean,
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
lot of moving parts, you know,
yeah,
and so and the more product I add, the more parts are moving, you know. So the more I'm moving, you know, so
yeah.
I'm having to get another pit made and bring it over, and so now I got two big pits
Wow,
going, and so it's like, okay, I'm moving over here, I'm going to the other one, I'm coming to the other one, so
wow.
it gets going.
You said having a pit made.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
What? Like custom made?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So is that the norm for like bar? I guess
Yeah, I'm
pit
sure.
masters.
Yeah, yeah. They want to get something that's going to work for them, or that's going to be is big enough for their company, you know.
Uh,
Because when
how
I
many?
first went in there, I had a smaller pit on the trailer, a little smaller one. You know, I can do like 5 briskets or
Yeah,
something, you know. And so I grew out of that one. So it's like, all right, let's get
of
a bigger
course.
one made. And so we made a bigger one that
Wow.
had more briskets to there.
Do you want to shout out who makes them, or I mean, do you get it made local or
Yeah,
out of
there's a friend of mine. We kind of do it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
hey,
cool.
let's put this here. Let's put this here.
Well,
And
you
then
act
we
like
start.
welding it
Yeah,
on
he
there?
welds it together. You know?
What?
Yeah, yeah. Sam, my boy Sam. You know, and so
Yeah.
he put it together, and we have it ready, and
Yeah, that's dope.
drag it to the shop
Yeah, I
and
wanted to get
keep it
some
going.
welders on here, dude. So
Yeah.
you weld like
No,
yourself?
I don't.
Okay, he
I just
does.
kind of like, well, you know what?
You
When I
been
was
pointed
helping him,
out.
I was helping him. I was attacking a couple of things, and I was holding something the last time I was doing the first one, and he was hitting it, boom, boom, and I guess the people was falling on me and started burning through my shirt. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm not helping you no more. Yeah,
Yeah, there was a dude on TikTok. You probably followed him. I think his name is Homer, but he has this thing called "So you want to be a welder, huh?" That's his saying.
oh yeah,
But he reached out, and so we might get him on here. We had
yeah.
Nick Lopez also.
Okay.
He was working like at the Tesla factory in
Oh
Austin
yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. So that was interesting.
Yeah,
So
that's
rapid
dope.
fire. Is there any? You got any comments there on your Facebook?
Yeah, let me see. I've tried. I don't know. Let me see here. We got sliced brisket. Highly recommended. Judy. Let's see what we got here. Stacy, 100% recommended. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, yeah. I wanted to. Let me read your. I wanted to read the Google what Google says, like the reviews.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
because like Google, like now it actually AIs it, and it takes all the reviews and it puts it like in this one paragraph. It's very interesting what they do. And I wanted to read that for you. It says, people say this barbecue restaurant serves juicy, smoky, and tender brisket, as well as delicious pulled pork, beef ribs, and chicken. They highlight the reasonable prices and generous portions. They also like the friendly, family-owned staff and fast service. 4.9 stars. Dude, how you feel about that?
That's good. That's good. You know, and so we get customers that come in that are visiting from out of state, you know, from out of town, and they Google, you know, best barbecue or
Yeah.
not best or barbecue near me or something, you know. And so they said that our ratings were high and
Yeah.
you know, the reviews. I'm like, oh, that's
Ah,
cool, man. Appreciate it, you know. And
so that helps
yeah, yeah, they're
the
coming to a
reviews.
little hole in the wall, you know, and
Yeah,
so and then they like it, you know, and so we get
awesome.
you know, we get a customer.
Dude, that's awesome. Joyce Garcia says, success takes time, but innovation is daily. With Joe G. Boy Garcia, since I've known and watched, is always reinventing his craft. Wow. Garcia, Garcia's roots run deep, but there's nothing that he can't do. Love you, brother. Super proud. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Joyce
Nah, it's my
Garcia.
sister.
Ah.
That's my sister Joyce. She helps out at the
That's funny.
shop too whenever she's
You
not
know, oh,
working.
okay.
Yeah, she helps out too whenever
Yeah.
we got some extra we need to. We'll call in a whole bunch of people, you know.
Yeah,
But
so once I guess like talking about family and stuff like that, sometimes when you start business, people think you're making money. family come out of the woodwork. Does
Right.
that happen? Like, has
Yeah,
that
of
happened?
course. It's kind of like,
It's
hey, I was
it's
like,
gonna happen, right?
yeah, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like, no, I don't have my money's not long. I don't got money like that. Sorry,
You may think, right? All
Yeah,
the
you may
publicity
think,
and stuff.
you may see all these people lining up, coming and paying me money, but
Yeah.
I gotta go buy more stuff. I
Yeah,
gotta, I
yeah,
gotta.
Indiana Walking Stick on Instagram. He said, because I was put, "Well, what would you ask Joe, right?" And he was like, I would ask him, how come I can't go to the front of the line?
Well, you gotta pay a little extra, and then you probably could. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
It's awesome, man.
yeah.
Do you think you're reinventing your craft? Like,
Yeah, constantly, and you become blessed and highly favored, you know what I mean? So anything that you put your hands on, you know what I mean,
interesting.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna flourish, and you just gotta have the mindset of like, okay, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing, and ain't nobody can't stop me.
Wow.
You can only yourself is the only person that's gonna stop you. I'm just trying to be better than I was
Yeah.
yesterday, last week.
Wow.
That's my only competition.
Yeah. So it's not just barbecue. I mean, it's yourself.
It's
Like
their your whole mentality. You know what I mean? From waking up to
Yeah.
going to start it to like, man, I ain't trying to do this
bro.
this
How do
early
you?
in the
Wow. How do you
morning.
come? How do you like end up with that mindset? Because
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of have to
well, you
just
said
do it.
you said like blessed and highly favored. That's like because I've talked in like Christian circles.
Right, right.
Would you say that you're like a religious person or? I mean,
It's not religious.
mhm.
I have more of a relationship.
Okay.
With God. And so I want to be able to put that into my foundation, how I move.
Mm.
And so, because I changed my life, so you got to be able to be positive in a lot of things you do. So whenever something negative happens, you're able to like, okay, you know what?
How do you
Let's
face
make
this
that
also?
into let's
Yeah.
make that into something a better.
Wow.
Let's make it good for something that's bad. Let's turn it into something that's good.
Wow. When I look at all your tattoos and stuff, I'm like, has he always been like? Because like just talking about your personality right
Right,
now, like
right.
it's awesome, right? And it's like, has he always been like this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
I was born with them. They appeared. Sometimes I just got to freshen them up.
Joey Novato says your cousins want to know if you have a family discount.
Family discount. Yeah, that's on the secret menu.
It's on the secret
Yeah,
menu.
yeah. You got to bring in like 5 people and then you get a discount.
Hey, come
You know
on.
what I wanted to bring out? Those old school, they used to stamp the little cards because you came in,
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
then at the end of the card you get a free something.
Yeah,
I might bring those back.
dude, for sure. Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. Oh shoot. Real quick, I wanted to so we're almost at 45 minutes. I wanted to shout out some people that have been on the Instagram also and the TikTok
All
that
right.
just real quick. So we got Rob Coffin, E Morales, Recycle Corn Podcast, Hero Garage, Isaac Cruz, Sanchez, The Almighty Public Zoo, Samurai Blitz, David Getter, Marty McPies, Hype Bike, Sam and Louise. My mother's name is Nature, Tex-Mex 361, Snack Daddies, Gratitude Texas, another band, and the Iron Crypt Gym. They commented on one of my videos recently, so
Oh,
I
okay,
was
okay.
just shouting them out. There's some people on the TikTok live that were there. I did a live on Friday, which I'm trying to do every Friday. We had Garza, Vil Ate It, Meg Sheridan, Joshua Marr, Paranormal, the Officiant Renee, and Drift Goon Garage. Thanks a lot, you guys, for being on the live chat and commenting on the Instagram. Yeah, man. So let's do some. We're about wrapping it up. Let's do some rapid fire questions. I guess
There
we
was a
can do.
Steven Smithwick.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's I've tried GWs and FAR, and this man's barbecue is on that level. So, thank you.
GWs?
Yeah.
Tell me about. So GWs is like a famous.
I don't know. It's in FAR.
Far Texas.
Yeah, it's in FAR, Texas.
Yeah, David Guetta. He says for those of us on the out of town, can you share one more time the address and the hours of operation? Last time we were in Corpus, most of the barbecue shops were closed.
Yeah, it's a top secret location. So it's at 4709 Castores. 4709 Castores. And it's every Wednesday through Saturday from 11 to 2, 11 to sell out. Best time is get there at 11, because there's times where, the customers are the ones that are buying all the product, and so we can't always say we have so much to last so long.
Yeah, get there early, bro, because yeah, like I'm saying, I'm looking on your Facebook and you're like always like sold out.
Yeah.
See y'all next time. Sold
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
See y'all next time, which is amazing, dude. So yeah,
that's
David,
good.
it's 47
4709
4709
Castores.
Castores. Wednesday through
Saturday.
Saturday. Sorry, man, I got like time blindness. We were like, I was trying to schedule you, bro, and
Right.
I was kept on getting the times wrong. I put the times wrong on Facebook.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm so
4:30. I was like, "Are you
yeah,
sure?
yeah.
Is it gonna be 4:30 or is it we 6? What's going on?"
He's like, "Hey, just hit him over the head, bro. You got it or not?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Sounds good. Let's start. Line starts behind me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. David Guetta's got the Walking Leader
Man, there you
podcast.
go.
Walking Leader podcast. Check him out. Yeah, man. So is there anything you wanna add? I guess before we kind of wrap it up.
Just thanks to the customers, really, man. Those are the ones that keep us still here. Going on 6 years.
6 years, bro.
Yeah, and so it's them that continue to keep moving. You keep on buying the product. I'm gonna keep making it.
Yes, sir.
And so that's what. And I'm gonna keep trying to make the food as consistent as good. As possible. We all have our bad days.
Mhm.
And so I try to make that bad day something like hey, it's good.
Make it a
still
good
gonna be,
day.
yeah, it's gonna be a good day. We can work around it and do something to where your product's still gonna make it.
Man, it's awesome, dude. Hey, I really like your outlook on life as far as like reinventing yourself and just keeping yourself on the up and up. You know what I
Right,
mean? And I
right,
think that
right.
that channels into your business.
Right, right. Being
Obviously,
positive. You got to stay. There's so much negativity in this world that you gotta just keep a head on
yeah.
and just keep it positive and keep it
Yeah.
moving.
I mean, I'm just so real quick on that. Like, I talk about Corpus and stuff. How do you feel like about, I mean, the city where it's going? And what do you think about the barbecue culture in the city? I mean, what are your thoughts on that as far as like
Yeah,
Corpus goes?
yeah. It's growing and it's growing slow. You know what I mean? Everything kind of tends to skip us and go to the valley or go up north. But we're getting there in a way of where we could be. But the barbecue scene, yeah, it needs it'd be like Austin and San Antonio, and
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch of options of barbecue places out there that brings that culture that much more rich, brings that the city that much more like, man, we have them, we have them, we have them, we have them,
yeah,
and so yeah, more options. You know what I mean?
right.
And so it's like there's a variety of different barbecue that tastes different. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And so that's what's gonna bring it. The more we have what we have, the more it's just gonna bring more in our city.
interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess the more people doing it, or the more people actually bringing the craft to light, would you
Right,
say?
right. You would think, it's gonna continue to make it that much more,
Mm.
like, hey, well, I'm here in the city now. Where's it at? There's one here, there's one here, there's one here. Like, yeah, last
So
time
it
there was only
depends.
a couple, so
So it depends on us. You would say, like,
yeah, it depends
yeah,
on, yeah,
depends on the.
because there's so many that I've seen close down that, when since I've been doing it, that it's like, man, it's hard. So it's
Mm,
the more that we support, the food
yeah.
locally, the food got to taste good too, because not Corpus is gonna spit you out. They're gonna eat you
Mm,
and spit you, and they gotta, you gotta be good, with the
yeah.
food, and so. But if the food's good, customers gonna love it. They're gonna keep coming. They're gonna support you regardless.
Yeah.
So that's just the thing. It's the support from our customers and from the city and from whatever we do.
Yeah, like that. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you got a website? You got a website? Is there another way to like find you? I guess. I mean, how can people follow you online?
Yeah, you can go to the website. Is just the website menu.
Hey, yeah,
Topsecretbbq.com. Yeah, so it just gives you all our catering prices and the everyday prices.
dude. Just real quick, like I really like your website. It's very
Mhm.
simple, and I think that that's how restaurants should do it.
Right,
Just
right.
put your menu on there. Just put contact information where you're at. That's
Yeah,
all people need on the
yeah,
website. They don't need all
right.
these pages and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off, man.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
But
so you got the website, and then I guess obviously,
the Instagram too, and then of course TikTok, Facebook. All the platforms that have us on there. So it's been going good. It's going
cool,
good. A lot of
cool,
support from all of them too.
nice, bro. Real quick, so rapid fire. What's your favorite cut of meat?
I don't know. I would say the brisket, the,
Nice,
the marble, the marble brisket, the fatty
marble brisket.
marble brisket.
Oh, favorite side dish.
Right. Well, since we came out with Kretti spaghetti, that Mexican spaghetti, that's kind of been something that I need to
Cool.
have. Yeah.
Whoa, nice. Barbecue sauce, sweet, spicy, or no sauce?
No sauce, but I'm a dipper, so I'm a dip on the sauce. So
Yeah.
either way, a little tangy, a little spicy.
Hey, I'm a no sauce dude. When I
No.
ate you, when I had yours, yeah, I was like, it's got to be good with no sauce. Let's try it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Good,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. It's good. You gotta try it. Craziest thing that's happened during a cook.
Craziest thing that happened during the cook. I don't know. Let me see. Probably almost burning the meat. Probably. I don't know. There's times I put it in there and then I open the pin. I'm like, oh, this is done. We're out of here. Let's go.
I didn't expect it.
So
Wow.
yeah. So I got to pay attention a little more.
Barbecue hack or kitchen trick?
Barbecue hack or kitchen trick. I don't know. Let me see. There's always things that you do that kind of worked out. Like, oh man, that was
Oh wow,
they made my job a little easier. It made something,
cool.
hack. I mean, I don't know. There's not really a hack. It's just you know what I mean.
Yeah,
A sharp knife. A
you know
sharp
what I
knife.
like is when you got the black gloves on, it just makes it seem like professional.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
we're somebody.
Or not even that, like because when you're getting a tattoo, like he's wearing the black glove.
Right, right. Yeah. Like, I'm about to tattoo this brisket, you know. Yeah, the same thing, you know, you're carving it.
Hey, what's the hobby outside of barbecue?
I don't know. I like playing darts.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I was in the
What?
dart league, and so
Dude, that's
I got
cool.
some trophies. All my people out there in the steel tip, you know.
Dude.
Yeah, and they
Uh,
support me too, man. They come into the shop also too, all like the
th-
dart family, you know,
what?
because had did it for so long, and so they come in too, and they you know,
There's like teams in town, or
yeah. It's a
no
lot of
way.
soft tip and steel tip
Dude, I gotta
teams.
get some of
Yeah,
those dudes on here. That's awesome, man.
yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. Well, man, Joe, thanks a lot for coming in to the
Yeah, I
podcast, bro.
appreciate it.
Yeah. If there's any other, is there any other people that want to shout something out on there on your Facebook?
Stacy, ribs are on point. Melanie, best brisket. Let me see what else we got right here. Ralph, best Q in town, hands down. Thank you, Ralph. You know, the support, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, it just keeps you moving, you know what I mean? Keeps you still wanting to keep doing it, you know what I mean? Because if you're not getting any support or any customers, you know, of course it's gonna put you in a way like, what am I even doing? Why
Dude,
am I doing
I was
this?
so thinking that before I came here.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like I was like, man, do people even like the pod? Do people even like this? What am I doing?
Yeah, like I
You know what I
didn't
mean?
get no reactions. Nobody's even,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to stay positive, because if not, that's gonna shut you down
Mm.
before you even get started. You know what I
Wow.
mean? That's gonna be like your mind's the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
constantly think all day long, and so you got to be able to,
Wow.
let's turn that around. And I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, regardless if somebody's showing. People
Wow.
are watching, regardless. So
Wow.
just keep it moving. You know what I mean?
So those thoughts are gonna be there. I guess
Yeah.
that's the normal part of life.
Right. You know, like, man, there's nobody showing me love. There's somebody this and that, and the more you not think about that, the less you think about it,
So don't dwell on it. And
Right.
actually just,
No, because that's where we get ourselves sick. We start thinking about,
oh,
man, this and that, no support, no this, no that. And, you just got to keep it positive
keep it
and
positive.
just keep it going. And by
Keep
the
it
time you
rolling.
know it, yeah, you're going to be where you want to be.
I talk to my wife, like I'll tell her, hey, mom, I'm overthinking on this and stuff like that. Do you do that? Like, do you
There's
find
times,
do you
there's
find
times,
yourself doing that?
I try not to question myself,
Yeah.
because, whatever I'm thinking or wanting to do, questioning myself will keep you from accomplishing it.
Mm.
So what I do is I just give ideas out, and to like the family, my kids and wife and stuff,
Yeah.
like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And
Yeah.
their ideas help me flourish and think,
That's
like,
cool.
okay, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's add it to it, or let's do this, or
Does
you know.
every idea make the
Not
cut?
every idea.
Yeah.
What happens is sometimes if somebody has a good idea, then we kind of go around the idea and let's perfect it and just kind of go around and
Cool.
see what we can do with that.
Yeah. I like that. I like that ideas don't have to necessarily make the cut. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they can just be ideas.
Right.
Some people get upset. Oh, you're like my idea. Or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's
just one of those things.
it's just it's an idea. It's a suggestion. We're gonna use it or not. It may work next week. It may work next year.
Yeah.
But right now it's not working.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
But yeah. No, but just thanks to everybody, man.
Yeah, Desiree Garcia says Topsy Krett BBQ and Catering, best barbecue in town.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Joe,
Hey.
dude, thanks for coming in, man. Thanks
You
for having
having
this
me.
chat
Thank
with
you
me,
for having
man.
me. Yeah,
Anything to let the listeners know before we go?
Every Wednesday through Saturday, from 11 to 2, or sell out. Come continue to keep supporting what we got going on. A little hoe in the back, hoe in the wall,
Yeah.
backyard barbecue. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it going. The more support we have, the longer we're gonna be around. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah, be careful when that going into that parking lot. That street's busy right there, but once you get parked,
yeah. Once you park, you're good.
You're
You know what I
good.
mean? But yeah, it's a little parking lot. The parking's kind of small, so
yeah,
get there. And that's what's cool, is that we start seeing a line start forming.
Oh,
You know,
you
start,
did?
yeah,
Oh,
they're like, we
that's
start getting the
dope.
line, and so it's like, what? Like, no
Yeah.
way, like,
I want to
you
go to
know,
where, oh, yeah,
yeah, like we
dude,
start
hell
getting
yeah.
the line. You're like, man, that's
That's a good
cool.
feeling,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it is, and that's what keeps it like, you know what, man, these people are waiting, you know, to
Hmm.
try this food or to get their food, you know. So
Yeah.
like, man, let's go,
Wow,
you
let's
know.
go.
So
That's awesome, man. Well, Joe,
yeah,
thanks a lot, man. I keep saying this is what I call the Hispanic goodbye. Like we say goodbye, we keep talking. Say
yeah,
goodbye,
right,
keep
keep,
talking.
yeah, yeah, exactly, right.
Next time you know you're like 12 p.m.
Yeah. How long
Yeah,
is
man.
this thing going? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, Joe. This is awesome. I hope some more people find out about you through the podcast.
Alex Martinez, what
Alex
up, man?
Martinez.
What it do? Best, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Alex Martinez. Thanks a lot. Is that Skateboard Universal? Shout out to him.
Yep.
But yeah, shout out to the producer back there, Maya. Thanks a lot for producing the show. Check out Corpus Christi Originals.com for merch and hats and t-shirts and stuff like that. Also, I got a actual webpage for the podcast called ccoriginalspodcast.com. And you can find previous interviews and previous stuff like that. We also got I'm in the market for sponsors. Actually, I just put a page out there for just ccoriginalspodcast.com/sponsor if you want to sponsor the show. If you like what we're doing here, we don't just sponsor you on the actual long form podcast. We sponsor you on TikTok, on Instagram. We put the tag, we put an address on the post, just depending on the type of sponsorship that you sponsor us with. But until next time, you guys, thanks a lot. Corpus Christi Originals, we're out. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.